a more sensible start to the second quarter. However, we're still trying to get the right shape when the push was made. The ball has been transferred into their midfield, but our forward on that side has still not made it over the halfway line. The players on the right are far too wide, and instead of facing the far goal, we're all facing the left touchline. Roger's not tucking in to protect the top of the circle, he's out wide. Look at the gaps between our back four. England play down the left, and an early ball into the circle is mishandled. That gives us a chance to get the shape sorted. Roger's a good 25 to 30 metres away, so it's effectively cut the pitch for them. Alan should have come up into the gap between Keith and Sean, and we'd have had a 2-on-1. England really want us to play the ball, we did. Unsurprisingly, we turn it over. Another ball into the circle, but their forward can't control it and David clears it. England ball, but we're really slow to react. We have 3 green shirts in the circle, not near anyone. We eventually get sorted, but we then decide to go for an intercept, which we don't make, and they get into the circle and get off a shot. So another head out and plenty of time to get the shape correct. But again, we don't. Alan stays far too wide, and then Tim is even further wide. We managed to get the ball out, but we lose possession, which we don't see, somewhere on the left wing. England have the ball again, and our forwards are strung out. They're not playing as a single unit. When Keith moves to mark here, that creates an overload on the right, and Martin has absolutely no one on the other side of the pitch. The wide man out there is no threat whatsoever, and even if he is, it should be Cedric's man if the ball is switched. Lucky the crash ball into the circle misses everyone, and we have another head out. Again, happy that we're taking our time over the head out, but I don't understand why Alan is so far away from Carl. He needs to be at least in as far as our goalkeeper. He's not going to get a pass there, and if they turn over the ball, he's miles away from the nearest England forward. Unsurprisingly, we play it into the traffic and we turn it over. Great tracking across the pitch by Cliff here, but why is Oliver forward on the edge of our own circle, marking a high man? Shape has gone completely. There's no calling and no discipline when we've got one of our forwards as the deepest player on the pitch. Lucky enough, they try to force it, and we get the ball back. So we have another head out. Again, we're very slow to get set up. And yet again, we give the ball into the left corner, which is exactly where they want us to put it. We lose possession. We don't get in the right body shape, we're in the wrong place, and throwing the stick in is always going to result in a corner. So yet again, they've given us loads of space on the left, we've passed it there, and then they've just closed the whole lot down. Oh. A player short for defending this corner, so Sean comes back to run one. As this is being set up, they see Keith is outside the right post, and they move their castle across to the left, so the left post runner has miles to go. It was clear they were going to pass this, and they get a man in front of our keeper, and we do extremely well to scramble the ball away. Watch how they move left and then left again to create so much space, and the number one runner out has not much chance of getting there. Unfortunately, again, we missed some of the action. But it is clear we have we've lost the ball now. Again, because the forwards are in a line of three, plenty of space to play the ball in. They're just really patient. Plenty of time to play the ball around. We're not getting any kind of pressure on them whatsoever. Thankfully, they're crashing the ball into the circle and we're picking it up. Here they try to work the ball into the circle, but we have the numbers and it's our free out. I would prefer to see the back three closer together, Tim much further in, so that when he gets this ball, his passing lanes are much safer. So if he picks this up narrower, his pass into the midfield would be straight or away from the goal, instead of which he passes it right into the danger area. And now they have the ball in a very dangerous attacking area. Very unlucky with that interception there, because that was clearly our ball. But what was more concerned was why the forward has so much space at the back of the circle. Unfortunately, we don't get to see what happens here because it's off the edge of the screen. But it's quite worrying that they get a man into the circle that nobody follows. And then he can pick the ball up. And we do really, really well to scramble that ball away. Again, looking in the circle, there's lots of green players, but not marking any red ones. Pretty constant pressure now because we keep turning the ball over. So we win a good free. Ball comes in. Another free. We try a long ball, which gets intercepted. Keith picks it up. Doesn't give a great pass. 2 or 3 touches later, they're in the circle, and third short corner. This time we have the 4 designated corner defenders on the pitch. So we should know what we're doing. We still have our man running from outside of the right hand post, and when they see this, they definitely are just going to play the ball into their attacking right hand channel. Not sure what happens here, but for some reason they panic and the ball goes firing off to the touchline. Okay, so the forwards have all tracked across here. We're playing the ball in the tight area. We get the ball, Jimmy gets the ball. Rule for an aerial is a straight ball to a diagonal run or a diagonal ball for a straight run. That's never going to be chased or got. Back come England. Much better marking from Carl, who gets the ball first. Unfortunately, he cannot make the pass. Clearly there's a feeling there are men free in the circle because there's yet another crash ball. Get a head out. I have absolutely no idea why Alan is in splendid isolation right out here on our left touch line. Why is he not tracking in? He should be almost in line with where the umpire is. Eventually he comes in a little bit, but nowhere near enough. Clearly the cameraman didn't want to record any of our good bits of work because we play the ball up the pitch. We actually keep it for quite a period of time, and you can see from what's on the screen that we do have some success, and there's clearly been an incident beforehand. So when we eventually pan round, we win a free and the players stop to give England a card. We have a free right in the centre of the pitch with effectively a 3v1. All David needed to do was stay where he was and collect the pass from Richard and then use either Jimmy or back to Richard. No idea why he does this. He runs away from the danger zone, out onto the wing. Richard then tries to give him the ball and it goes awry. He should have stayed in the middle of the pitch and attacked the head of the circle. Here we've got a chance to press, but we don't commit enough men forward, and even a man short, they're able to play the ball around. Not sure what's happening on this side, but clearly we have lost the ball. They try another crash, which we get to first. And then we try to force it, reverse stick flick, and that doesn't come off. They're a player short, so we want Robert up on the baseline to stretch the play. Now we've got a bit of space to work in. We actually look quite good. We pass the ball nicely to free players, work the ball into the edge of the circle, and great covering back by the England team for a long corner. There's a great opportunity here as we're setting up to attack the left-hand side of the circle. That's where the real gap is. However, David goes really, really wide, and we play the ball way out to him again. And he can't find Robert, so we've lost position. They take it quickly before we can get set up, but they are feeling the pressure and they just crash the ball down towards the far end of the pitch. Not sure why Robert dropped back into the midfield when they're a man short. He should be up high. Could have cut that pass out. They start to force it and it's easily intercepted. Lovely bit of short, sharp passing here. And then Jimmy, who is far too far away and behind the ball, calls for a pass through a player. Pass is made and is easily intercepted. We managed to break the play down just as they're coming back up to 11 men, and the half ends. We weren't as solid in that quarter as we've been in the first one, but nevertheless it ended 0-0. So half a game gone, and with a bit more concentration and discipline, it could easily have been 0-0.